Go
So
ahead, Shrikar. What are your questions?
I have mostly a few questions, a lot of them.
No problem. Go one by one.
What is bewildered?
Bewildered. Bewildered means to be confused. To be confused. So, for example, you go into a big shop and let's say there is 100 varieties of chocolate. You will be, wow, which one I should take? You'll be like, whoa, whoa, everything is so nice. You'll be bewildered like that. So, when you see the world, so bewildering, no, so many names, so many forms. There is little creatures, there is big creatures, there is flying creatures, there is swimming creatures, there is talking creatures, there is smiling creatures, there is galata making creatures, so many kinds of creatures. Isn't it so bewildering?
So what is Galatra?
Wait for your turn, please. Yes, Shrikar.
What is demonic?
Demonic. Demon means somebody who is thinking that I am great, I am superior, my needs are only to be met. Okay, so such people, how do they behave in life? If let's say, if let's say there are some two fruits, then they may think, I have to eat the two fruits. I will not share it with anybody. I. So such behavior becomes their attitude to life also. Then they, whenever they act in life, they want to grab things from others. They may not like to share with others. So such quality is called as demonic quality, Rakshasa guna, something to snatch because I am so great. That's how they think.
Okay, next one is atheistic.
Atheistic. Theism means existence of the supreme essence. Atheism means there is no existence of God only. Some people believe that there is no existence of God only. So,
Then how are we born?
so like that, they don't question. See, there is nothing wrong in having such a doubt. It's okay to have a doubt, but you need to examine whether your doubt is correct. What is the true answer? So, when I firmly believe, for example, God is nothing but a stone. Let's say, for example, I firmly believe, or if I firmly believe God is nothing but somebody who's sitting somewhere in the top of some mountain or in some place in the cloud, all these things, it's okay to have such a doubt or such a question or such a view, but should I not examine, should I not understand?
Yeah, in,
Ah,
in that way, then if he's in the clouds, an aeroplane can go all the way to the clouds and we can see God.
isn't it? So like
They'll
that.
be like, oh, there is God over there.
So we need to therefore use the intelligence that we have and examine. It's okay to have a question, but it's not okay to have a belief. A belief is the one which makes you believe something without examination. So you have to examine and realize the truth. Only
Yeah,
truth will help you to become free in life.
you can't say 5 plus 5 is whatever you want, because you can't say it's 100. You have to
Ah,
examine and
to
say that
understand
it's
how to arrive at that clarity. Correct. Okay.
so.
What's the next
Next,
question?
uh, deluded.
Deluded. Deluded means totally confused. Totally confused. For example, let's say you are, there is one wonderful story. Shall I tell you one little story?
Yeah.
Okay. Arshit, I'll come to each one of you. Don't worry. You don't have to keep your hand raised. I have seen that you have raised your hand, Zoom hand. So there was one king. Okay. And one night, there was his neighbor king, no, attacked his kingdom. And he had come in the middle of the night, huge army, and everybody were fighting, and all his soldiers were defeating. So one of the soldiers came running to the king and woke him up and said, oh, the neighbor king has attacked. He said, how dare he? He immediately went into the war. But unfortunately, because it was middle of the night and he was not prepared well, he lost the war. And this other king, he banished from the kingdom. He said, okay, I'm going to spare your life, go away, but you will have nothing. So this king who was a king till then, now lost everything. He was made to go to the jungle and he was feeling very, very thirsty. He hadn't eaten any food. He was feeling, ayo, what will happen? Ayo, I am going to die now. Where will I find some food? Like that, he was feeling so tired and miserable and crying. I was a king till now. Now, what happened to me? Suddenly, he could see one small village, and there somebody was offering food. He thought, okay, at last I will get some food. But there was a long line. So he stood in the line. He was the last in the line. And he went. By the time he went, that person who was offering the food said, all the food is over. Now, this fellow who was a king, he became even more sad. "Ah, no food also. I've not eaten for so many days. So miserable he felt and started crying. Then that person who was offering food said, don't worry, don't cry. Let me see. Like that, he opened and he scraped all the food that was stuck in that box and he put it into one small leaf and he said, this is what I could get. Please have. And this king was, Abba, at last I got some food. I'm going to eat. And he took that leaf. He wanted to go sit there and about to eat. He stamped over a stone and he fell. And the food which was in his plate, it all fell on the ground and it was now fully muddy. He started crying, crying, crying. Now suddenly, dadang, he woke up. Then he looked around. He saw, oh my God. Oh, 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 thank God. He was dreaming all along. He was sleeping in his bed in the palace, and in his dream, all this happened. Oh my God, such a delusion. But then suddenly, another totally different question came to his mind. Oh my God, that dream, it felt so real. I was crying, I was so miserable, I was hungry. Now I'm looking all around here. Which is true? Was the dreamland true? When I was there in the dream, was that true? Or now, when I'm looking around, is this true? That question came to his mind. He was wondering which is true. He doesn't know how to answer. Then he beat the drums all over his kingdom. Whoever is willing to answer the king's question will be rewarded. But if you fail to answer the king's question, your head will be chopped off. Like that, it was announced all through the kingdom. So many people wanted to come for the sake of money, but now they were afraid. If we go there and if the king doesn't like our answer, he will chop our head. Oh, I will not go, pa. I will not go. But there was one realized master, Ashtavakra. By the way, this king who announced, who was now with the question, which is true? Is the dream true or is this waking true? This king was none other than the Janaka Maharaja. So Ashtavakra came. Ashtavakra said to Janaka Maharaja, hey king, I can answer, but you have to offer something that I ask. Janaka was very happy. He said, I can offer whatever you want. I need an answer. I'm so confused. I was so deluded. I don't know whether the dream was true or whether now it is true. I'm so deluded. I'm confused. Then Ashtavakra said, hey Janaka Maharaja, neither the dream is true nor your waking is true. Now the Janaka Maharaja was even more confused. What? Dream? Not true. This waking? Not true. Then what is true? Now the Guru said, hey Janaka Maharaja, You only are true. Only you are true. Who was there in the dream? You were there. Who is there now? You are there. So only you are the truth. Neither the dream world nor the waking world is true, in the sense that it is always changing. In your dream, characters change, situations change. In your waking world, various things change. But you, the one who is seeing all this change, you are the unchanging. Hey, king, only you are the truth. Not as Janaka Maharaja, not as the body, but as the awareness. Now Janaka Maharaja realized. So that's the story way of answering your question, Shrikar, about what is delusion. Are you clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Any more questions?
Yeah, I think I have like maybe.
No problem. You can go ahead with your question. And all others, don't worry. I'll come to each one of you. Don't worry. I'll come to each one of you. You don't have to worry. Yes, go ahead, Shrikar.
It liberation.
Liberation, hopes for liberation. Liberation means that when people think that they are the mind and the body, it becomes a bondage, isn't it? In what
Yeah.
way it becomes a bondage? Because see, the body can have various kinds of diseases, it can age, it can be destroyed. So, in that way, it's a bondage. Whereas the mind is also a bondage. In what way? Mind is a bondage because sometimes the mind may make you feel happy, sometimes it may make you feel unhappy. So it's a bondage. You are not able to be in your true essence. So, what is liberation then? Liberation is realizing that you are none of these. You are using them to function in the world. That will set you free because now you can be in your true nature, and your true nature is pure awareness. Your true nature is infiniteness. Your true nature is love and kindness, which you can express, which you can feel. Are you clear?
Yeah.
All right.
Then fruitive.
Fruitive activities, because fruitive means what? Fruit. So you put a seed and you expect that the fruit that comes is what I want to enjoy. So people who think they're the mind and the body, they get themselves bonded into this. Oh, I am the doer. Now I have to enjoy whatever the action, the fruit of the action is. They don't work without the expectation. They work for the fruits. And when they work for the fruits, they get caught up. For example, say you go to your school and you tell a wonderful story, and you are thinking in your mind, oh, I've told a wonderful story, now let everybody stand up and clap for me. And let's say that day nobody stands up and claps for you. Then what you may feel? Oh, so sad. I put so much of effort. I told the story, but nobody is clapping for me. You will feel sad, no? When are you feeling sad? When you feel that they should acknowledge my story and they should clap for me. But let's say you do it as, okay, I got an opportunity to tell a wonderful story, and let me tell it to the best of my ability, and let the story be of help to all the ones who hear. So, in a way, like when you offer food to somebody hungry, whether they thank you or not, the very fact that you offered food to a hungry person makes you feel satisfied, isn't it? Then you're not really expecting them to thank you. Even if they don't thank you, you feel nice because you have done something very, very meaningful for the sake of somebody else. In such a case, no more are you worried about the fruit of your action. You're free from the fruit of your action. So when the mind is really established in the divine nature, then only it can do such actions where there is no expectation. Otherwise, like Ravana or others, there is only I want, I want. That I want is called a fruitive activity.
Okay. Also, one thing, Rajas means angry, right?
What? Which one?
Rajas means anger,
Rajas
right?
means, Rajas means born out of Rajasic quality. Rajasic quality means egocentric. That in turn can create anger. That in turn can create jealousy. That in turn can create anxiety. So all these kinds of feelings can happen if the quality is more Rajasic. I kind of feeling.
And Tamas is sleeping.
Tamas means dull, eat, sleep. Everybody, okay, even animal does eat, sleep, and go to party. Eat, sleep, party. Eat, sleep, party. That's all life is about. Kumbhakarna, he eats for 6 months and he sleeps for 6 months. So eat, sleep, party. That is all dullness. The mind that you have, it can be helpful in realizing your true nature. So when you keep on only, let's say, using it for tamasic activities, dull activities, sleeping, watching TV, playing video games, all of them are very tamasic, very dull.
You should go out to play. You
Ah,
should you should do your homework. You can draw.
Learn how to learn new skills, make new friends, offer your best help to your parents, to your friends. What is the best you can do to protect environment, like that? Only when you're involved in life, you'll have the wonder and the beauty of life.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
All right, thank you very much, Shikar, for all these wonderful questions. Okay, now let us go to Harshit.
It's more than mouthful.
Harshit has been waiting. Me. My question. Can you hear me, Harshit? Harshit, you are on mute. Can you unmute, please? Okay, Harshit is not able to unmute also. Okay, then let's go to Namit. Yes, Namit.
Sir, I was not clear what atheistic means.
Sir, yes, sir. I was not able to hear you for some time.
Okay, now are
You
you?
are audible, sir.
Okay, wait. Maybe Harshit wasn't able to hear. Are you able to hear me now, Harshit?
Yes, sir. Now I am able to hear you.
Okay, do you have any questions, Harshit?
No, sir. My questions are clear, sir.
Okay, very nice. All right.
Thanks, sir.
Yes, Namit, atheistic. Theism means about God. Okay. So some people believe there is God. Some people believe there is no God. Neither of them will find the true essence. Because somebody has a belief. What may be the belief? That God is there up in the heaven somewhere. And one day when I die, I will find God. So that person also is deluded. The other person, there is no God, nothing. That person is also deluded. So when there is a belief, that is not going to help. So atheism means no God. Okay. What helps? Both of them, if they are willing to examine and find out the truth for themselves, only they can be liberated in life. Are you clear, Namit, now?
Yes, sir, I'm clear.
All right. Thank you, Namit. Sampriti and Anvi, what is your question?
Sir, what?
I cannot hear your question, Sampriti. Am I audible to Namit?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. So let Sampriti and Anvi come back. Meanwhile, Okay, I see that Manya also has raised her hand. Yes,
Sir,
Manya.
can you hear us, sir?
Okay, now I can hear you, Sampriti.
Sir, what is bewildered and liberation?
Okay, bewildered. Bewildered means to be totally confused with all the choices. Like the example I gave, imagine you go into a candy store and there are thousands of varieties of candies.
Yum.
Red
Yum.
color, pink color, yellow color, blue color, small one, big one, large one, various kinds of labels on them. And when you look at all these candies, you will say, which one should I eat? Which
Yes,
one should
sir.
I pick? You'll be bewildered, isn't it? So bewildered means confused. So like that, when we look at the world, no, it's a very bewildering place. So many farms are there. There are some farms which are very chotu. There are some farms which are very big. There are some farms which have long nose. Some farms which have large nose. Some farms which do not seem to have a nose. Some farms which make ka sound. Some farms which make bow 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 sound. Some farms which make hello Sampriti sound. Various farms are there. Huh? And in addition to that, in your mind, you think various names. You look at me and you say, oh, this is Vijay sir, one who makes some silly jokes. Then you look at your friend and you think, oh, that is my lovely friend Anvi. She's so nice to me. So, like that, when we look at the world, we see so many forms. And we also think of the names about those forms in our mind. So, the essence, the true essence, is beyond the name and the form. And those who do not realize that, they are called as the demonic because they think name and the form is true. They don't realize that the name and the form is something that is there for the sake of the transaction in the world. So
Sir,
those
what
people
is liberation?
are totally deluded. And such people don't find liberation because they get caught up in the delusion that name and the form is true. Are you clear now?
Yes, sir. Sir, what about fruitive?
Fruitive. Fruitive means any action done with the expectation of the fruit. I am telling a story, all of you should clap for me. If you don't clap for me, no, I'm not asking you to clap. If you don't clap for me, if I start feeling, oh, they did not clap for my story, then I will feel sad. Or if they clap for me, I may feel, oh, they clap for my story. See, like that, when I do anything expecting the fruit of my action, then I'll be caught.
Fruit of your
Clap, I'll be happy. If you don't clap, I'll be sad. Like that, whenever you do anything in life, if you do that action with the expectation of the fruit, you will be connected with that. But if you do as an offering, for example, when a very hungry person comes to you, you don't do that work with the feeling that let them thank me. You do that feeling with the feeling that let it be of help to them, let it remove their hunger. That itself is a satisfaction for you, isn't it? So there is no expectation for the fruit of the action. You will not be angry or sad or happy or worried if whatever the outcome is, because you have done your best to help the other person. Is that clear to you, Sampriti and Anvi?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Are you done with all your questions? Okay. Then let me go to Manya. Hari Om Manya.
Hari Om Vijay ji.
How are you, Manya?
I'm doing good, Vijay ji. Thank you so much. How are you doing, Vijay ji?
I'm very nice. Thank you, Ma. Please.
Actually, Vijay ji, I didn't have any doubt, but I wanted to add on something. Like I wanted to share something about the story you narrated a few minutes ago, but only if the time permits. If we're running out of
Go ahead. Anyway, today it's already 8 o'clock. After you narrate and after Vyomesh shares some fact about India, we will end today's session. So go ahead, Namanya.
Okay, so I didn't want to narrate a story, but then in the end of the story which you narrated, King Janaka was asking a question that which was the truth, whether the one the dream or the or what is happening presently.
Yeah.
So in one of Prabhuji's talks, he talks about Avastatraya Prakriya.
Yes.
He says Avastatraya Kim Jagrita Swapna Sushupti.
Yes.
He says that Avastatraya is consciousness, and there are three types of consciousness. One is Jagrita, which means consciousness which we experience while we are awake.
Correct.
The next one is Swapna, which we call as subconscious. We experience this while we are having dreams.
Very
And
correct.
the third one is Sushupti, which means the unconscious when we are in deep sleep.
Correct.
So in the first one, which is the waking state or the Jagrita, we are more biased towards it. We feel that this is the truth. And like, for example, how Janaka said like, oh, thank God it's just a dream. He behaved as if what was happening now, which is Jagrita, was the truth. So we are more biased and we think that is the truth. And when we are in this when we are going through this Jagrita, the waking state, we feel that this is the truth, and we feel that what we were having as a dream, that is false, and we also experience the Sat and the Chit. But during the dreaming state, we completely forget about our waking state, and we feel that this dreaming body is the truth, and this dreaming world and the surrounding which I'm right now is the truth. And at that particular time, we don't realize that there is another state, the waking state. Once again, similar to the first state, we feel that here also it is only Sat and Chit. And but like in many scriptures it is given that waking is also a dream, and to wake up from this dream is to attain enlightenment, and that is when you become enlightened, when you realize that what we are going through now is also a dream. But the last state, which is Sushupti, it means like in this we are not conscious at all. We are very unconscious. We don't have any body. We are not aware of our surroundings, or we don't have any world. So we kind of experience nothingness, like a blank. We just see blackness everywhere and darkness, but then still we experience bliss, which is Ananda. So we experienced that Sat, Chit and Ananda, whereas in the previous two states we didn't experience Ananda. So to conclude, like I am present in all the three states, but then it does not mean that I am those three states, because I'm none of these three states. But the question which arises now is that if I am none of these three states, then what exactly am I? So Prabhuji says that we are the Sakshi or the witness, that we are just the consciousness in all the three states, and we are just experiencing all of them. But then what we really are is Sat, Chit and Ananda. That is what we say Aham Brahmasmi, because Brahman himself is Sat, Chit and Ananda.
Very
So
nice.
the teaching from this is that we an enlightened person or a more productive person would draw conclusions in a very unbiased way by looking at all these three states.
Correct. Very nicely put, Manya. Very nice. Excellent.
Thank you so much, Vijayji.
Thank you very much for sharing that, Manya. So then with that, today